The fourth thing that you're going to want to buy is some protection. So as you start making money in your 20s, what you're going to realize is that taxes are expensive. You start getting paid, and now a big chunk of money is going to automatically go to Uncle Sam in the form of taxes. And this is where you want to have at least some basic protection to make sure you're not overpaying in taxes, that you're maximizing your deductions. This might mean going out and getting a tax advisor. Now, I want you to be smart here. If you're making $50,000 or $60,000 a year, you're a W-2 employee, you don't have any investments, you don't have any businesses, you don't need to go out and spend $1,000 on a tax advisor, okay? Maybe $100 just to have somebody review your tax return. But as you start to make more money, as you start to have more diversified streams of income, as you start to have more complex income sources, as you have more investments, that's when you want to start investing more money into a good tax advisor. And if you are a business owner, if you are investing in real estate, definitely now you have to go out and get a good tax advisor to make sure you're maximizing your tax breaks, your tax deductions, so you can pay the least amount of money in taxes as legally possible. Second, now as you start to make money, as you start to get married, as you start to have a family, you also want to think about now planning your estate. Get a good estate planning attorney. Yes, you want to do this even when you're young because, well, no one knows what's going to happen in life. So you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your family. That means maybe getting a will, maybe getting a trust. Talk to a good estate planning attorney based off of what is in your financial situation, but you want to start thinking about that sooner rather than later. Third, get a good attorney to protect you, especially if you're investing your money into things like real estate or if you have a business, because you don't want to own these assets under your own name. You want to have some protection there. What I mean by that is I own rental properties. Actually, scratch that. Jaspreet Singh owns 0 rental properties, but Jaspreet Singh owns the companies that owns rental properties. What that means is I own these LLCs that own the properties inside of them. And the reason why is because if a tenant in a property sues the owner because they slipped and fell in the bathtub because whatever reason, they only get to sue the owner of the property. Well, the owner of the property isn't me, it is the LLC. So it gives you an added layer of protection. This is why you want to make sure you have a good attorney on your side. Invest in getting a good attorney. It doesn't have to be the cheapest person. In fact, a good rule of thumb in life is sometimes, not every time, but sometimes you get what you pay for. And when you pay for the cheapest service, you end up getting the cheapest service. So understand that, and you want to find the best value, the best bang for your buck, so shop around with that. But also when it comes to protection now, I also want you to think about life insurance, especially in your early 20s, because now as you're starting to make money, especially as you're starting to get married, especially if you're starting to have kids, you want to think about if you are the breadwinner of your family and something were to happen to you and you were to tragically pass away, hopefully that doesn't happen. We don't want that to happen, but if that were to happen, how would you be able to take care of your family? Now, the goal, if you've been watching any of my videos, is for you to have enough assets to pay for your expenses. You have enough assets to cover your financial expenses that if something were to happen to you, your family has the assets to cover the expenses. But if you don't have that yet, this is where something like term life insurance can come into play, because what term life insurance is it is a short-term insurance that you're paying into that only pays out if you were to die during the period of this term life insurance policy. It's relatively inexpensive compared to whole life insurance, and you don't get anything if you don't die, but you don't want to use it. And so the whole point here is if tragically worst case scenario happens, you have something like term life insurance to be able to protect you. So something you want to consider, especially now as you're getting married, especially if you're having kids. That way now your family has that financial protection as well. We're going to jump back into the show in just a minute, but before we do, here are a few words from our sponsor, Policygenius. Term life insurance is a financial tool that you can use to protect your family in case of a tragedy, because if you are the breadwinner of a family and if something were to tragically happen to you and you lost your life, well, that's when term life insurance would kick in and give your family a check. That way at least your family would be okay financially. Now, if you are looking for term life insurance, Policygenius can help you because they are an insurance marketplace, so they can help you save money and find the best option for you. See, Policygenius is an insurance marketplace. They're not an insurance carrier. So the way it works is you go onto the website and enter in a few pieces of information, which just takes a few minutes, and then they will present you with different term life insurance quotes from different insurance carriers. That way you can pick the best option for you. The Policygenius service is completely free to use, and if you have questions, you can talk to a Policygenius insurance expert and get unbiased advice to find the best option for you. The Policygenius service is completely free, and if you have specific questions, you can talk to a Policygenius insurance expert and get unbiased advice. So if you want to learn more and get a free term life insurance quote, I got the link to where you can do that with our sponsor Policygenius down in the description below. Minority Mindset is a paid partner with Policygenius, meaning if you use them, we will get compensated, but there's no additional cost to you. So if you want to learn more and get a free term life insurance quote with Policygenius, I got the link to how you can do that down in the description below. And with that, let's go back to the show. The fifth thing that you're going to want to buy in your 20s as you start making money is you want to start buying your time back. What you'll realize is that time is your most valuable asset. It's the only thing that you cannot get more of. But what you can do is you can buy some of your time back by using your money to buy some of this time. Now, the way you do this is going to depend on what you like doing or what you don't like doing. If you live in a colder area where it snows, you can pay somebody to shovel your snow. You can pay somebody to mow your lawn. You can pay somebody to do your clothes washing for you. You can pay somebody to get your groceries for you. If you make YouTube videos, you can pay somebody to edit your videos for you. And so now it's understanding, are there ways for you to use the income that you're generating to pay somebody else to do something that you don't like doing? That way now either you can have your time back to have some freedom, which is what you want, or you can pay somebody to have your time back that you have time to earn more money. Like if your time is worth 30 bucks an hour and you can pay somebody 20 bucks an hour to mow your lawn, well now it makes sense to get that lawn mowed by somebody else so you can work on getting that $30 an hour so you have more money coming in. Now, this is where you got to figure out what is worth buying your time back for and when it's the right time for you to do this, because let's say you're starting a business. In the beginning of you building a business, you're not going to have the money or the resources to just hire a whole bunch of people. But as you start making money, you got to start figuring out when is the right time now for you to start distributing some of this money so you have some of the time back, either so you have some more freedom or so you have the time to earn more money. Number 6 is I want you to use your money to go out and buy some books. If you want to get an MBA level education without paying the price tag of an MBA, here's what you do. Go out and get 5 books on personal development. Get 5 books on money management and investing. Get 5 books on starting a business if you're an entrepreneur, or 5 books on growing in your career if you are not an entrepreneur. Get 5 books on leadership, and then get 5 books on biographies from people who are successful that you admire. Once you get these 25 books, I want you to read them. And once you read these books, start applying the knowledge that you learn. I guarantee you, if you read these 25 books over the next 12 months, you are going to be in a completely different mindset and a completely different skill set for you to see different levels of success in the rest of your life. And if you start this in your 20s, well, not only does your money compound, but your knowledge compounds as well, which is going to allow you not only to learn more, but live a much better and more fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.